I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I've failed over and over and over again in my life. And that is why I succeed. Maybe I led you to believe it was easy when it wasn't. Maybe I made you think my highlights started at the free throw line and not in the gym. Maybe I made you think that every shot I took was a game winner. That my game was built on flash and not fire. Maybe it's my fault that you didn't see that failure gave me strength, that my pain was my motivation. Maybe I led you to believe that basketball was a God-given gift and not something I worked for every single day of my life. Maybe I destroyed the game. Or maybe you're just making excuses.
I never feel that I'm at my best. I feel I still have room to improve. I still set goals for myself to strive for. I'm never complacent with what I've achieved. Even though it's been very successful for me, I still feel I have a lot to prove, not just as a player, but as a person, as a father, to some extent, as a role model, in all aspects. So I'm never really too complacent with myself or with what I've achieved. When I get to a point where I feel I can improve as a player, I walk away from the game.
No, I've never been afraid. I mean, obviously you're nervous, but afraid means you're not confident in your skills. I have total confidence in my skills, so I'm not afraid.
You had the utmost confidence. Your confidence level was through the roof. Where is it now?
On top of the roof. I don't think my confidence changed. I wouldn't have come back into this situation.
Sports is a tool that teaches, you know, and it teaches you bad things. It can also teach you good things. It's how you perceive those things. I've looked at every experience that I've had, negative and positive, and taken that as a positive. You know, if I wouldn't change anything because I think it would alter some of the other things that I have. You know, so when I look back, I can't say that I've had any bad things happen. Sure, I mean, you don't want bad things to happen, but you deal with bad things. You can't have good or without bad.
You know, basketball is my love, always have been, and I can't ever envision an ending of something like that. You know, that passion that I have for the game until I'm dead and gone. Until that's when it's, well, I could wait. I'm not in a rush.
It's never enough. It's never enough as long as you compete. You know, it's always great to win, but that's why you compete.
Each time that you win, it takes away a little bit of that hunger, you know, which is a challenge within itself. You know, it's a battle within your mind to find a challenge to go to that same place that you've been 5 times before. You know, and that's hard. You know, when people say, well, the first one was the hardest, no, the last one was the hardest because you're battling with yourself.
Because a lot of times I had to battle with myself to keep challenging myself. You know, that to me was why I would say that the biggest battle was myself, because when you get to a certain pinnacle, you got to find some ways to keep going out there for 82 games.
I just think that I have the habits of working hard. I always been taught that to reach a goal that in life that you want, you have to work hard to get to it. And so far, I just, have that in mind.
Determination, what your motives are, what your ambitions were from the beginning. You know, it's been a lot of soul searching in terms of it's easy to sit back and say, well, I have given my best. You know, I'm tired. You know, somebody else got to do it or whatever. I didn't take that approach. I thought positively and said whatever I could do, every little inch of energy that I have, I'm going to try to provide for this team. I mean, if you give up, then they give up. You know, so I didn't want to give up. You know, no matter how sick I was, or how tired I was, or how, low on energy I was, I felt the obligation, to my team, to the city of Chicago to go out and give that extra effort to achieve it even harder.
My competitive drive is far greater than anyone else that I've met. You know, I think that I thrive on that. I think that's my biggest motivation in life, is to compete, find different competitions in certain things in life and try to overcome that, be it positive or negative. But I have yet to meet someone who is as competitive as me, and I just feel that much confident about my competitive drive.
I still feel that I have a plateau that, I hadn't reached yet in terms of my skills or my expectations of myself. I'm always going to expect myself to do certain things or surpass certain things. As long as I believe that, then, my road to success is going to continue to expand.
My principal advised me to go to an Air Force Academy because he felt that after I finished college, I'd have a job. So I said, no, I don't want to go that route. So I decided to go to University of North Carolina. A lot of people didn't expect me to do so well, but I guess that was a challenge that I faced. And sometimes you have to face those challenges and see what happens.
I will not quit this game because of what the media has done to me or what other people have done to me. I will quit this game because my skills are diminished. I can't find the challenges to keep pushing myself. My love is always going to be there, but my pride won't let me leave because someone else is going to push me out. I'm going to leave on my own terms, and I don't think too many athletes have that opportunity to do. And that's what I want to do whenever it comes to my time.
We are old. Sure, we're tired. It's been a long season, but mentally we have a vision. We have a finish that we have to attain. And sometimes you have to do it when you're old and you're tired. And I think it's the test of your will to succeed when you have to deal with some of these negatives. And I'm pretty sure, by the end of this playoffs, you'll see the old and the tired people who are very, very young and strong mentally.
Successful. To be happy, you got to have the support. So I think all of those things have evolved and happened to make me who I am and understand the benefits and the privileges I have for being who I am, and not to wear it on my sleeve, be very humble about it. That's one thing my parents taught me very well is, don't wear your reputation, don't wear your accolades, don't wear your personality on your sleeve. Let it happen, let it be you. It is who you are. Don't hide from it, but don't wear it and rub it in people's faces. The thing that I remember the most about my father, and I had him for 32 years, and I never look at it from a negative sense. Obviously, he was murdered, and rarely do I get the chance to talk about him, but the thing that I do remember all the time, I think about him practically every day, is for a person like myself who live in the spotlight and is so critical from people all the time in terms of what I do, what I say, where I go. The thing he's always said, take a pause before you make a decision and say, what if? And the purpose for saying what if is that whatever decision you make, always either going to have consequences. And not that I live in a box to where I'm afraid to do things. I know that, as my father says, the what if comment is to be able to deal with the consequences of what decisions you make. And you think about that. If you think about the consequences, pro or con, you make the right decisions that you feel is the right decision. Now, all the decisions I made, other people may view to be not the right decisions from their perspective. But for me to go play baseball, and everybody says, oh, it was a failed opportunity to play baseball. That's what they think. For me, it was the best thing that could have happened for me because it allowed me to go back to the game with a stronger passion. At the same time, I was able to understand the love that these minor league baseball players have, making $1,500 a month. $1,500 a month, which is nothing. But for them, it was big. To me, to see that helped me put things in perspective, to understand the platform that I was on in '93, that when I went back to it in '95 and '96, I appreciated it even greater. So when we won those championships and we went through those things mattered to me far greater than what I did in '91, '92, '93. people don't see that, and people will never understand that to be success. All they think about, well, he batted 202, and he struck out a certain number of times. Yeah, okay. But the effort was there, and the learning curve and the passion was there that has transcended not just to me, but to other people who are afraid to do things because they're worried about the perception that may come from other places. To me, that's more gratifying than anything, So that's the things that my father and my mother instilled in me. Take a negative and turn it into a positive. Don't be afraid to fail.
I was born in a normal family. I would not say very poor, but it's a poor family. I did not study very well. I failed exams again in the primary school, middle school, and everybody felt, you are hopeless for. And then when I graduated from high school, I tried to join, to study in the university. First year I failed. Second year I failed. And then I started looking for jobs. I applied a lot of jobs, did not work out. And I tried a third time, joined the past examination, and went to the teacher's college. And after 4 years, I hate to be a teacher because no man wants to be a teacher in China. They think teachers, So I said, nah, I would have loved looking for jobs in the other field. Well, in all my early days, I applied jobs for at least more than 30 times, all rejected. None of them even got one chance. I applied jobs one day for KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken. 24 people went, 23 people accepted, I was the only guy. And 5 people together, classmates, we went for a job as a policeman. 4 people accepted, I was the only one rejected. And I applied for a job together with my cousin to work in a hotel as a guy serve in the hotel. My cousin was accepted, I was rejected. So I came back and my mother looked at me and said, and I told myself my luck has not arrived. Someday, something is waiting for me, but not today. And then when I started Alibaba, 1994, at the end of the year, I got an opportunity to went to USA. I discovered internet. I think this is something very interesting. Because if it's a network around the world, and this will be something might change the world, so I came back to China and I started my company. And it was so difficult because China was not even connected to the internet yet, 1994. It was a terrible experience. I worked myself, I had a joint venture with the other people, and then did not work out for 3-4 years. And then 1999, I started Alibaba. I invited 18 friends. Most of my students came to my home. I made a speech for 2 hours. I believe this thing is going to be big in the future, e-commerce. And everybody said e-commerce in China was hopeless because no payment, no logistic. China internet speed is so slow. At that time, there's no mobile phones. No payment, no credit card system. There's nothing. And I believe it in the future. Internet is going to change China. If we started and continue to work hard, we have the chance. So 18 people in my apartment, we decided that one day we will make a company that will be the top 10 companies in the world. We gathered the money. It was so difficult. But 19 years, we never give up our dream. We believe that we should use the internet to help small business, while at that time, most of the e-commerce company in America helping big companies. We think we should help small business. They think, Jack, you're crazy. Small business don't have money. How could you help people who don't have money? And I say, let's help them to make money. When they make money, we will make money. And America at that time, they say, E-commerce should help people to save the cost. I say we should not help a small business to save the cost, because small business know how to save the cost. They want to know how to make the money. So we do the opposite. Most of the American e-commerce go, big company, save the cost. We say, help the small business, help them to make the money. How to help them make money? We help them to sell online. A lot of small business, they don't have money to go to trade shows. They don't have the money to attend all the negotiation or all the big business forums. So we say, we help them to promote on the internet. That is the way. So for 19 years, it was so difficult. There is no payment. We built at the payment. There's no logistic. That's a built at the logistic. There's no credit rating system. That's a built at the logistic system. And after 19 years, we came to today.
There's lots of lessons that can be learned there about
a lot of lessons. Never give up. If you have a dream, don't give up. A lot of people only talk dreams, but they don't make dreams in reality. A lot of young people have a great ideas in the evening, but when they wake up, they do the same thing. The most important is not only dreaming, but making sure, make the dreams realistic. And don't fight, don't think anything you do, you will succeed tomorrow or next year. For people like us, we don't have money, we don't have a rich uncle or powerful father. The only thing we compete with the others is our vision. We believe 10 years later, this will happen. And we get the team, start to do it.
I just want to focus on artificial intelligence and the fourth industrial revolution, and how you think that people in South Africa and the African continent need to start preparing for that and making sure they don't get left far behind.
Well, first, I think there are a lot of things talking about artificial intelligence and robots and IoT, and people start to worry. Let me tell you, don't worry about it. Young people, don't worry. When you start to worry, you're getting old. Don't worry. People say, artificial intelligence is going to replace people. Trust me, human beings are always smarter and wiser than the machines. The first technology revolution, when the train comes, people say, this is going to replace jobs. A lot of people hate it.